Greetings, the Astro 30 here, and I've received what looks like just an envelope, but it is actually a package that I've received today. And I'm just going to, you probably already realised from the title what's going on, but I'll just go through and just show you what I'm doing. So this package comes from a place called Remote Pro in Queensland, and there's their website address, and what they do is they provide car key remote cases, replacement cases for car keys, like if yours is damaged. And it basically is the casing and a blank key where you then have your car key cut on the new one and just change your electronics over inside your old key to the new one. And there's their address there in, I cannot pronounce that, Kapalaba, anyway, in Queensland. So what we'll do is I'll just open this up and pull the new key out. Alrighty, well, I don't know if anyone's going to find this interesting. You may do, you may not, but anyway, here we go. So I'll just open the envelope, and I mean, it is kind of difficult working sideways to a camera, and that didn't quite work as well as I wanted it to, but yeah, you get that. So, and there it is there. I was going to say I hope they've got the screw in there for it. Yes, they have. So we'll just open up the polythene bag here. And what I'll do is, before I lose the screw, is I'll put it back in the polythene bag. There we go. And this is basically what we've got. Now, this is to replace a Hyundai key. And the only thing is with these replacement cases, it doesn't come from Hyundai directly, so it has none of their logos on it, which is perfectly fine. But it does actually have what's on the original key, which is the LED indicator that goes here for lock and unlock. And as I said, here's the blank key shaft that you take to a key cutting place and copy your original key. Now you may be asking yourselves an important question: why am I replacing my key fob, for a better word? Well, here's my original one. There's nothing wrong with it. The electronics still work, so the light lights up. But what happened was, when I was taking this apart the other day to change the battery in it, the little bit in here where the screw countersinks into, which is right there, was starting to strip away, so the screw wasn't actually quite holding the assembly together properly. So what I'll be doing is I will take this key to a locksmith key cutting place. I'll get them to copy it. Now I do see a difference here. Now you'll notice that the key's shaft is a lot shorter than this, but that shouldn't matter. Well, I hope it's not going to matter, but it might cause a problem. I'll have to see what happens when I actually have the key cut, but it's got the same rise here as here. It's just a shorter shaft. Yeah, but I've got to figure out how far this key actually goes into the locking mechanism. Sorry, how far this key goes into the locking mechanism in the car. Before I get it cut. I mean, this was only like $10, so it's not really a bank buster per se, but I am a little bit disappointed that it's shorter than it should be. I mean, it did say in the description that this fits Hyundai, Getz, Kia, Rio, I think even Toyota at some point too. I think that's what I read in the description. Anyway, regardless, just have to, because the actual height between the ends of the key here is the same. So the next thing to do is to figure out how far this sticks out of the lock. Quite a not much does stick out. That's about all that sticks out of the ignition, so it is kind of concerning. So yeah, not really sure what to do with that, but I would say the end of the barrel's there anyway. So how much do you reckon sticking out of there? About 5 mil, give or take? So keeping that 5 mil in mind, if I had a straight edge, or something that's straight anyway. Okay. Yeah, that's not really very helpful, is it? But it's worth a try. I mean, all I'm going to lose is 20 bucks. It's just 20 bucks. I mean, I'm not sure how much it costs to cut a car key like that now. Can't remember. It was 2017 when I actually had the spare one cut. I think it was around about 8 bucks. Anyhow, it's irrelevant. 10 bucks for the new case, key fob, whatever you want to call it, assembly. And we'll say 8 to 10 bucks to have the key cut. It's worth a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it would have been a complete waste of time, but you've still got a video. So anyway, let's get this key cut. It'll be next week by the time I get around to doing it, but for you, it'll be the very next shot. Okay, and we now have the key cut. Welcome back. Now, whether or not it works in the ignition of the car is another thing. Now, I haven't transferred the electronics over, but I've put the case together and the screw in it to see how good the manufacturer of this second, aftermarket part is. Looks reasonably alright, there's no unusual gaps. Apparently, according to the key cutting place, they actually sell the empty shells for these. Interesting. So if it doesn't work, well, it'll be a little bit more expensive, but I can always go get another shell from this key cutting place. Anyway, without further ado, let's go see if this fits in the ignition, yeah? Well, it doesn't want to fit in the lock of the door. Should, but it doesn't. Okay, could be a bad cut, who knows. And it doesn't fit in the ignition either. Well, that's a little bit of a problem. Well, that's frustrating. It cost me $9 by the way too, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. I'll have to examine the key a little bit further. And the reason why it's probably not fitting in the lock is because the one on the right, which is the new one, is slightly thicker in the crossplane than the older one. So in other words, this one here, the shaft is too fat. Yes, that's what she said. So I suppose if you put this on a bench grinder or something, or a small file, and slowly fold it down a bit, it'd probably fit, but for now, no, it doesn't fit. It was a complete and utter fail. So to aftermarket empty key remote cases work. Some might, this one in particular did not. So it's a complete disappointment. So I am not going to recommend this company per se because, well, yeah, you know. The thing is, these are designed to fit various different vehicles, so there might be slightly different thicknesses of shaft. So other than that, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's cost me $19 so far and I can't use it. I can't really swap this part over with the old one because it's got a slight gap to it. I've already tried. So, I'll have to think on this for a while. Okay, I was just dicking around and I just realised that after you pull the screw out, the key shaft comes out. So I wonder if my old one does that. Well, I've got the old one apart with the electronics removed, but it doesn't want to come out very easily. But if I maybe use a pair of pliers, let's see if I can do this. I don't want to wreck it. Because it looks like it's not going to come out, well, at least not easily anyway, because I don't want to break the key or else I'm fucked. So I might leave that alone. So what do I have to say about this? Not a lot. I am kind of disappointed, and that was an epic fail. So there was a waste of 19 bucks. See ya.